Hey everyone, this is Paula. So I am here in installment 3 with Patricia Bradford of Estate Law to Go. And I want everyone, raise your hands if you are single, unmarried, unattached to anyone, not even a cat or dog, okay guys? I need you to really listen to this because this is probably super important for you as you move forward as a new home buyer. You are single, you're not married, you think everything is going to be wonderful. Nothing can ever happen to you. And guys, I'm not even talking about the inevitable of like passing away. I'm talking about maybe you become incapacitated or disabled. You're wondering, are your parents the default? Is maybe your girlfriend, somebody you know? What happens in that situation? So I'm here with Patricia, and she's going to address all the single folks that are unattached, that own homes. What the heck happens to that home if they have no plans in place?
Disaster happens. It gets really messy, quite honestly. One of the things that and this is true for all of us, we think about problems from our perspective. Rarely do we look at what happens from another person's perspective based on the decision that I make. If I choose to make an estate plan to give gifts to my family, to my loved ones, if I want my house to go to my parents, if I want assets to go to my parents, I rarely think about what impact will that have on their estate. And that's something that young people should think about. Without the other part of that question is the disability. So I'll get to that in just a second. So we'll just talk about having an estate plan versus not having an estate plan. You can make plans to transfer assets to your loved ones in such a way that it'll have a beneficial effect on them rather than a detrimental effect on them. If you've got people in your family with substance abuse issues, you don't want to give them cash. Life insurance proceeds come in cash, and a lot of money at one time for somebody with a substance abuse issue can be detrimental to them. So those are the things that we have to think about as estate planning attorneys that the layperson doesn't always think about. But going back to the portion of your question where you talked about the disability, without any documents in place, that person is in limbo.
Wow.
Taxes will have to be paid, mortgage payments will have to be paid, bills will have to be paid in the interim while that person is either temporarily or permanently incapacitated. So without any plans in place, a power of attorney, a health surrogate designation, and living will, the family is really at a loss. The only option is a guardianship. The guardianship is really the worst case scenario because the guardianship will strip you of all of your rights.
Absolutely.
And somebody else will come in and make decisions for you that you wouldn't necessarily make for yourself. This calls for some really grown-up action. You know, you got to put on your big boy pants and your big girl pants and have these hard discussions with your family members. Ask yourself, who do you want to make these decisions? Who do you want to be in the place, standing in your shoes, doing things on your behalf? Who's going to act in your best interest? Is it a girlfriend? Is it a parent? Is it a sibling? Is it a cousin? Those are hard questions to answer. Those are questions that I can't answer for you, but I can walk you through the steps to help you answer those questions.
I mean, and so many things that you said, I didn't even consider when the person asked the question. So I'm going to say this to everyone, and especially for those folks who are single. It is wonderful to travel in business class. It's great to have a Louis. It's great to have all of the toys. But if you have all the toys and you don't even take a fraction of that budget to put your life in place, it's something that's irreversible. So if you got people who you love and you got people that love you and that will take care of you when you can't make decisions for yourself, invest in that first and then go have fun with all the toys. I promise you, you will not regret it. Thank you again, Patricia.
Absolutely.
And again, Patricia's information is there. Call her, call your own family attorney, but call someone, guys, because attorneys are here to protect our interests. They are representing us for when we have the ability to represent ourselves. Sink that in for a second, and I want you to take care of your assets first.